After releasing 2 episodes talking about controversial issues on Odysee, I am back. For those of you who have been supporting my Odysee channel by watching videos over there as well as tipping, appreciate it and thank you. Let's get on with today's video agenda, shall we? First, I'm going to call out specific viewers of this channel. And second, I'll answer a commonly asked question about options. And third, I'll tell you what is the future Odysee exclusive topic I'm going to release. And if you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to talk about Beam Therapeutics and Illumina based on the Q2 earnings report. Stay tuned for it, it's going to be exciting. There's quite a lot to cover, let's get on with that intro. I've been teaching biology since 2004. On this channel, I hope to simplify and explain the science behind the companies that's driving the genomics revolution, one video at a time. Recently, it has dawned on me that this humble little channel has grown to so much more for different viewers. There are some who are actual genetic disease patients who are coming to this channel looking at the latest developments that I present, hoping to be kept abreast of it or maybe to find some hope. Even though I cannot provide any solutions, I see my role clearly now, to continue to inspire in you the will to live on and to continue that fight against genetic diseases. I also found out that some of you are tuning into my videos because your family or friends are dying from genetic diseases, which has sparked off a curiosity about this sector and to support companies who are trying hard to find solutions. To all of you, I sincerely thank you for your support as well as watch time. Video production is not easy, and when I feel down and defeated, your stories is what motivates me to continue to what I do here. We are entwined with each other's lives now, isn't it? Let's move on before my emotions messes me up. Alright, this section is for all of you who are interested in my newbie journey in collecting passive income from put options. One of the questions I asked initially is, why do people refer to trading options on every third Friday of the month? I bet some of you have the same question too. One clue is to look at listed companies to see when the option expiry dates occur. I have chosen put options here, and as you can see, there is only one expiry date every month for Beam Therapeutics. So the potential reason is that there is low to no demand for this company's put options. As a result, all who are interested in the options are funneled into that one option's expiry day of the month to shore up that demand. Remember, the bigger your market, the better your premium will be. Nobody will be interested in going to a night market that has only one stall, right? Compare this to Illumina put options, which is a lot more popular, and hence there is multiple options expiry dates throughout a month. Another reason why brokerages list contract expiry on the third Friday of every month is because this is also coincidentally the day without public holidays, so that the market remains consistently open for options trading. Since the market is the most vibrant every third Friday of every month, as a rule of thumb, I would choose options expiry on that day, even though there are other options expiry dates on the other days of the month. I do this to make things easy for myself and to benefit from a crowded market because higher premiums. That's it for this section. If you'd like to check back on the previous episodes where I talk about options, I've linked them conveniently in the video description below. Recently, I started branching out of just talking about biotech companies. One reason is because there are many other areas in my life where I have learnt a great deal, and I'd like to share my insights and experiences with you, especially channel supporters. Also, I teach biology as my full-time job, and I sometimes get a little sick of it, thinking about it all day. And I want to keep things fresh for myself so that I do not burn out. Talking about other areas sometimes inspires me when I do stock analysis of biotech companies. And you are the beneficiaries of this cross-pollination. As such, I'm going to talk about my journey in investing in as an Odysee exclusive for the month of September, the link of which is again in the video description below. Unlike other finance YouTubers that brag about them identifying opportunities which later became winners, I never do that in this channel. My reason is because nobody will know what's gonna happen tomorrow. And biotech companies like Beam Therapeutics may easily tank if they fail clinical trials, or the other way around as they go to the moon. Still, I'm happy with my paper gain so far, and my positions in these companies has not changed. Although I want to say that I admire the balls Illumina has. They've successfully pushed out the competitor BGI on the grounds of patent infringement across Europe and the US, and more to come. In addition, they are going ahead to complete the Grail merger despite the regulator reticence. I'm happy that the company is standing up for itself and is not afraid to dish it out. I've been looking for a really long time to add to my small position in Illumina and might take the opportunity to do so in the midst of the turbulence. And if I do, I'll definitely let you know in a future video. The reason why I'm so convinced about this company is the science and the low cost of short-read sequencing. In addition, the Q2 earnings is evidence for its superiority. It is now like clockwork, beating the estimates and dominating the sequencing scene. I took time to make charts to feast your eyes on, so feel free to pause the video anytime. First, let's take a look at the total revenue. And I've decided to make it a bit more colorful if you get what I mean. Next, let's look at the diluted earnings per share. Then, I want to show you the margin that Illumina has on its business, harking back to the video I did a few months back telling you why short-read sequencing is cheaper. Just look at the profit margin difference between the companies. Finally, I want to show you Illumina's expenditure on R&D. If Illumina is not innovating, then why is the R&D expenditure so high? As for Beam Therapeutics, there is an interesting announcement of another collaboration, and this time with Apellis Pharmaceuticals. In the agreement, Beam gets $75 million for the collaboration, licensing, and development. I'm really excited because this is an acknowledgement of the robust program that Beam has developed in rapidly generating the base editing treatments. Let's do a quick recap of it. First, they have a library of base editors by modifying the active sites. I discussed this in detail in a previous video, which I will link in the description below. Next, they now have LC-MS to quickly confirm the modifications are indeed what they should be. Combined together, this facilitates large inputs and outputs. It is no longer about one disease at a time. It could be 10, 100, or even more. The power lies in a closed platform they built for themselves. So all they have to do now is to feed the Apellis requirements into their machinery to produce the base editing treatments. After that, Apellis will follow up with clinical trials as well as paperwork for approval if it passes. I cannot wait for the day that Beam announces that they're going to do base editing as a service. On a side note, I'm pretty impressed with Beam Therapeutics CEO John Evans. I've seen him in a few public interviews now, and he can hold a really great technical conversation. And that is in addition to charting the growth of the company forwards. Wow! I will link one such interview for your reference in the video description below if you want to do some more research. And we have come to the end of this video. I've decided to hold back on talking about the science of multiplex base editing so that I don't overwhelm you in one episode. I'll definitely cover it in the next one, although there will be a slight delay as I get busy with my students as they head into their final exams. In the meantime, please go down to the community tab where there's a poll waiting for you to tell me that you've got the gist of today's video, because you are all so awesome lifelong learners, and I'm Benjamin Yang. Till we meet again in the next one.